IMAP POP3 NNTP implementation layer in Jakarta mail. Now we are focusing on IMAP POP3 NNTP implementation layer. IMAP POP3 NNTP implementation layer. As an example, we can consider this one, session.getStore IMAP here. The client can override the session defaults and access the store or transport object that implements a particular protocol. Here IMAP is there here. As an example 2, we can consider package com.sun.mail.imap, an IMAP protocol provider for the Jakarta Mail API that provide access to an IMAP message store. Both the IMAP4 and IMAP4 revision 1 protocols are supported. Refer to RFC 3501 for more information. The IMAP protocol provider also supports many IMAP extensions. Note that the server needs to support these exceptions, and not all servers do. In order to support the IMAP provider, you can query the server for support of these extensions using the IMAP store has capability method, using the capability name defined by the extension. See the appropriate RFC after connecting to the server. This package is in the module jakarta.mail. As an example 3, we can consider this code segment. Here the property mail.imap.port, the IMAP server port to connect to if the connect method doesn't explicitly specify one. Default to 143. The type of this property is int. As the example 4, we can consider this one. Here's an example of meta /inf/ meta-inf/javamail.default.providers file contents. javamail.providers and javamail.default.providers resource files specify the stores and transports that are available on the system, allowing application to discover what store and transport implementations available. The protocol implementations are listed per line. The file format defines 4 attributes that describe protocol implementations. Each attribute is an equal separated name value pair with the name in lowercase. Each name value pair is a semicolon separated. Here the protocol attributes, the name assigned to protocol, for example SMTP for transport. Type, valid entries are store and transport. Class name that implements this protocol. Vendor, optional string identifying the vendor, and version, optional string identifying the version. Here the class IMAP store. This class provides access to an IMAP message store. And here SMTP transport class. This class implements the transport abstract class using SMTP for message submission and transport. As an exception example, we can consider as an example 4, we can consider this one. Here is an example of meta-inf/java mail.default.providers file contents. java mail.providers and java mail.default.providers resource files specify the stores and transport that are available on the system, allowing an application to discover what store and transport implementations are available. The protocol implementations are listed one per line. The file format defines 4 attributes that describes a protocol implementation. Each attribute is an equal separated name value pair with name in lowercase. Each name value pair is a semicolon separated. Here the protocol attributes, names are assigned to protocol, for example SMTP. Type, valid entries are store and transport. Class name that implements this protocol. Vendor, optional string identifying the vendor. Version, optional string identifying the version. Here the class IMAP store. This class provides access to an IMAP message store. The class SMTP transport. This class implements the transport abstract class using SMTP for message submission and transport. As an exception example, we can consider class referral exception, a special kind of authentication failed exception that indicates that the reason for the failure was an IMAP referral in the response code See RFC 2221 for details. This is in package com.sun.mail.imap IMAP. This is in the module jakarta.mail. As an example 5, we can consider package com.sun.mail.pop3. A POP3 protocol provider for the Jakarta Mail API that provides access to a POP message store. Refer RFC 1939 for more information. The POP3 provider provides a store object that contains a single folder name inbox. Due to the limitations of the POP protocol, many of the Jakarta Mail API capabilities like event notification, folder management, flag management, etc. are not allowed. The corresponding methods throw the method not supported exception. This package is in module jakarta.mail. The POP provider supports POP3 UIDL commands. You can use it. You can use it as follows. The class POP3 folder, a POP3 folder that only be inbox. As an example 3, we can consider this code segment. Here property mail.pop3.port, the POP3 server port to connect to if the connect method doesn't explicitly specify one, default to 110. The type of this property is int. As an example, exception example 2, we can consider this one, messaging exception thrown for failures in method public java.lang.string get uid message msg in class POP3 folder. As an example 8, we can consider this typical content of java.mail.address of a javamail.address.map file. Here RFC 822 is equal SMTP and news NEWS equal NNTP. News equal NNTP. This is now we are in the end of the presentation. Thank you very much for watching it. Now we are considering package gnu.mail.providers.nntp. This is a provider for network news transfer protocol NNTP as detailed in RFC 977. Now we are considering the property mail.nntp.host. Property name this is in the type IP address or host name. This is the NNTP server to connect to.